In a move that sent shockwaves across the international community, former US President Donald Trump expressed interest in acquiring Greenland, even suggesting the use of military force. This audacious proposition, reminiscent of a bygone era of colonial expansion, drew immediate condemnation and ridicule from world leaders. Trump's statement, made during his presidency, revealed a chilling disregard for international law and diplomatic norms. It also highlighted the growing strategic importance of the Arctic region in an era of geopolitical competition. Trump's comments, while seemingly outlandish, reflected a broader pattern of his America First foreign policy. This approach, characterized by unilateralism and a disdain for multilateral institutions, prioritized American interests above all else. The Greenland episode served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of such a policy. It demonstrated how Trump's pursuit of American dominance could destabilize international relations and undermine global security. The international community watched in disbelief as Trump, a man elected to uphold democratic values, openly contemplated using military force to seize the territory of a sovereign nation. This blatant disregard for international law raised serious concerns about the future of the global order. It also underscored the need for a united front against such reckless behavior from world leaders. The Greenland incident, though shocking, was not an isolated event. It was part of a larger trend of Trump's administration undermining international norms and institutions. From withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement to imposing tariffs on allies, Trump's actions consistently prioritized short-term gains over long-term global stability. Trump's suggestion of using military force to acquire Greenland was not just a diplomatic faux pas, it was a dangerous precedent. It normalized the idea of powerful nations seizing territory from weaker ones, a concept that had no place in the 21st century. This rhetoric, reminiscent of colonial conquests, threatened to unravel decades of progress in international relations. The use of military force should always be a last resort, reserved for situations where diplomacy has failed and there is a credible threat to national security. In the case of Greenland, there was no such threat. Denmark, a close ally of the United States, posed no military danger. Trump's suggestion was not only reckless, but also completely unfounded. Trump's comments were particularly alarming given the United States' position as a global superpower. As the leader of the free world, the US had a responsibility to uphold international law and promote peaceful resolutions to disputes. By threatening military action against a peaceful nation, Trump undermined America's moral authority and damaged its reputation on the world stage. The international community rightly condemned Trump's statements. Leaders from across the political spectrum denounced his suggestion as irresponsible and dangerous. The incident served as a stark reminder of the importance of diplomacy and the rule of law in maintaining global peace and security. While Trump's methods were undeniably flawed, his interest in Greenland stemmed from a genuine strategic concern: the Arctic. Climate change has made the Arctic more accessible, opening up new shipping routes and access to untapped natural resources. This has led to increased competition among nations, including Russia and China, for influence in the region. Greenland, with its vast coastline and proximity to North America, holds a strategic position in the Arctic. Its location makes it ideal for monitoring military activity and controlling key shipping lanes. Additionally, Greenland is believed to possess significant reserves of oil, gas, and rare earth minerals, making it an attractive target for resource-hungry nations. The United States, recognizing Greenland's strategic importance, has long maintained a military presence there. Thule Air Base, located in northwestern Greenland, plays a vital role in US missile defense and space surveillance. As competition in the Arctic intensifies, the US is keen on maintaining its strategic edge in the region. However, Trump's approach, characterized by aggression and disregard for international norms, was counterproductive. It alienated Denmark, a key ally in the Arctic, and pushed Greenland closer to China. A more effective strategy would involve strengthening alliances, engaging in diplomacy, and promoting sustainable development in the region. Section 4. America First, World Second. Trump's polarizing doctrine. Trump's America First policy, while popular with his base, had far-reaching consequences for America's standing in the world. This doctrine, rooted in nationalism and economic protectionism, prioritized American interests above all else, often at the expense of allies and international cooperation. The America First approach manifested in various ways, from withdrawing from international agreements to imposing tariffs on trading partners. While Trump argued that these actions were necessary to protect American jobs and security, they often backfired, damaging the economy and straining relationships with key allies. In the case of Greenland, Trump's America First mentality led him to pursue a unilateral and aggressive approach. He viewed the acquisition of Greenland as a strategic win for the US, regardless of the consequences for Denmark or the international community. This transactional approach to foreign policy undermined America's credibility as a reliable partner and a force for good in the world. The America First doctrine had a polarizing effect on the world stage. While some countries, emboldened by Trump's rhetoric, adopted similar nationalist policies, others doubled down on multilateralism and international cooperation. The result was a more fragmented and unstable world order, where cooperation was replaced by competition and distrust. Section 5. Global backlash, condemnation and concern over Greenland. Trump's suggestion of using military force in Greenland was met with swift and widespread condemnation from the international community. Leaders from across the globe denounced his remarks as irresponsible, dangerous, and a violation of international law. The incident served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of Trump's America First foreign policy. Denmark, understandably outraged by Trump's suggestion of purchasing Greenland, responded with a firm rejection. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen called Trump's remarks absurd and reiterated that Greenland was not for sale. The incident strained relations between the two NATO allies and raised questions about the future of US-Danish cooperation in the Arctic. The Greenland episode also drew sharp criticism from other Arctic nations, including Canada, Russia, and Norway. These countries, concerned about the potential for militarization and instability in the region, denounced Trump's suggestion as a threat to Arctic peace and security. The incident underscored the need for dialogue and cooperation among Arctic nations to address common challenges. The global backlash to Trump's Greenland comments highlighted the importance of international law and diplomacy in maintaining a stable world order. It also demonstrated the limits of unilateral action and the need for cooperation among nations to address global challenges.